Have you ever run out of fuel while driving on the road? If you have, you probably know that it's quite scary. But what's even scarier than your car running out of fuel one day is your heart running out of fuel. Just like a car engine uses fuel from gas stations, your heart also uses fuel, obtained from blood. But instead of gasoline, if I take your attention to the right side of my slide, the heart uses fats, carbohydrates, or ketones for its fuels. All of these fuels are constantly being metabolized by the heart to produce energy that it can subsequently use to pump blood throughout our whole bodies. However, this is not the case for people with heart failure. In heart failure, a chronic condition where the cardiac muscle is weakened, the heart can no longer effectively pump blood to the rest of the body, and you have a situation where a once efficient engine is now not producing enough energy and is ultimately like an engine out of fuel. What are the consequences? Well, approximately 50% of patients die 5 years following diagnosis, and there is no cure for heart failure. My research, therefore, is focused on improving our understanding of the failing heart's energy profile, and more specifically, the heart's reliance on ketones for energy. Why ketones, though? Well, several years ago, work from our lab and others found that the failing heart relies more on ketones for energy. The question then surfaced, well, are ketones good news or bad news for the failing heart? Could they be used as a super fuel for a heart already running low on fuels? To investigate this, I use mice. This allows me to ethically carry out the following experiments that would otherwise not be possible with humans. Using mice with heart failure, I take their hearts out and perfuse it with a special solution that you can think of as simulated blood. Now, even though the heart is outside of the mouse's body, it can beat in isolation, and I can measure the heart's function and metabolism. What I found was that giving ketones to the failing heart increased energy production. This, of course, is great news for a fuel-deficient failing heart. The cool thing is, I'm now feeding mice with heart failure a ketogenic diet to see whether this popular diet can be used as a therapy for heart failure. So, if we take a step back to the car engine analogy, my research will help determine if ketones can be used, like the AMA's emergency fuel delivery service, for an engine out of fuel. Thank you.